Today, plans have changed. I didn't expect it to be raining as much as it is, and so we're off to a different job than what I expected this morning. I was working in doing that dry well, but unfortunately because it's so wet and it's raining and there's a lot of clay there, I couldn't do that job this morning. I went and talked to the customer. He had a few little things he wanted me to adjust still, which is not a big deal. I think I saved myself some work by eliminating a berm. We're going to put a little more material in, but I'm going to dig some material out, so that would be good, because I'll be able to, there'll be a place for me to put the material, and less rock and frigging with that berm. I still have one berm. He wants it bigger. He wants it significantly taller, which, sorry for the seatbelt. Anyway, that's a job for another day. We're not going to go there today. I explained to him I can't work in the mud and it'll just make a mess. So I did a little job for a couple down the road here, and a couple jobs actually. I dug a trench for them to get power to their garage, and I dug some posts for a little shed that they're doing. They're doing a little hobby farm with some they got a couple sheep, so they're playing with that. But they wanted their driveway fixed up, and I don't believe he needs material. I'll leave that up to him. If he thinks he wants material, we can certainly add material. But I'm going to take the Harley rake and I'm going to rake it out and prep it. I'll put the bucket on and then I'll smoothen it out, and then we'll see what he says. Like I say, I think we can manage without adding material. There's no sense of spending money when you don't need to. So we'll get this job done. It's raining, so keep the dust down. It's crushed rock, so it shouldn't be too bad to work with, unless there's not a lot of crushed rock there to work with. So we're going to find that out. He's got a few potholes that we're going to repair. We'll blade it out with the bucket when I'm complete, and then we'll track it in and pack her down. I could go get my roller, but I don't think that roller will work well doing this, but we'll check it out. I'll give you a quick glimpse of what the driveway looks like when we drive in, and then we'll go from there. We'll get the Harley raker moving and get her shaped up, and I think a couple hours we'll tidy this driveway up, and we'll talk to the customer, and if he still thinks he needs fresh material brought in, we'll bring in the material. And I quoted him a price, and I told him that if we need material, that'll be extra on top of what I'm doing here today. So, but I kind of told him I think we can freshen this up and get her beat down pretty good without adding anything, unless there's no amount of crushed rock. But I am going to pull in some crushed rock from the sides, and we'll see how that works. Anyway, we're almost here. We'll get in there, we'll unload, and then we'll proceed with the job. There's a couple of cars. Hopefully they can move them. Anyway, we'll work on the lower end first, and we'll see what happens here. All right. Wide driveway, so we can widen her out and freshen it all up and get her good. He's got acres of property here, so I'm gonna spin around, park right here, and then this truck is pretty awesome. It cuts around really good. All right, we'll show you what we've got, and then we'll go to work. So just so you can see, there's a little bit of grass. The driveway's got a lot of rock on it, and we're just gonna freshen it up. Now today I'm gonna work from inside the cab so we can keep the camera clean and dry. All right, let's get this thing off. All right, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see much here. Anyway, we're gonna start right here. What do you think so far? I am pretty impressed with the way this thing works. When I originally bought this Harley rake, I bought it to do landscaping, yards, grass, topsoil, that type of thing. And when I started doing some research on YouTube on how to use a Harley rake on a skid steer, I noticed they were doing driveways, which I was pretty shocked at. I would have thought that would have been awful hard on the nubs, or whatever you want to call it, with all the rocks and stuff. Now this is just crushed rock. There is some bigger rocks down at the end, but it's not terrible. It is working really, really well. So I'm very, very impressed with the way it's working and the job it's doing. And I am not disappointed in purchasing this piece of equipment. What do you think? So just to finish up, I threw on the bucket and took off a few little high spots that I could see. And then I tracked it all in. They wanted a little bit of material next to their garage doors because there was quite a lip. This customer enjoys the low cars and the tuner cars, and they're low, and the lip is a little bit high for them to be backing into their garages. So we added some material to the door. I don't believe we're going to need to order any material. I think they said it was good. They were very happy with what I did. And we just take some time here and smoothen everything out with the bucket, and we track it all in to give it a good compaction with the track loader, which is not as good as a roller, but I don't believe my roller I have would do a great job on this because I got those little feet on it, but maybe I'll give her a try. So at the end here, I just finished tracking in the complete driveway, making sure it's all decent and flat, and it's turning out really, really well. We raised a little bit of dirt in front of their garage doors so they can get their cars in, and we load the machine back on the trailer, and we're getting ready to go. All right, we have this driveway done. She's looking good. Big rock. Anyway, this driveway is complete. The Harley rake was awesome. And we're gonna head home, drop off the equipment,